Very good morning to all of you. So, in the last class, we were discussing about the hydrides of hydrogen, in which we have discussed about three types of hydride. The first one is ionic, the second is interstitial or metallic, and the third one is molecular hydride. Okay, now let's move on to the compounds of hydrogen. So, out of all the compounds of hydrogen, water is the most important compound. Okay, water is the most important compound, and in most of the reactions of inorganic and organic chemistry, it plays a very important role. Okay, so as a reactant or as a byproduct. Okay, and some of the reactions are carried out by this compound, for example hydration, hydrolysis. Okay, so it plays a very important role. So let's discuss about this important compound first. Okay, now if we talk about the main sources of water in earth. Okay, so oceans are the main sources of water, and near about 97%. Okay, water is contained in oceans, and then the rest of the and then we have glaciers. Okay, so near about 2 or 2.5% are contained uh, in glaciers. Okay, so now but the division of water is not uniform among human beings or plants. Okay, plants contain some more percentage of water as compared to human beings. So now let's move on to the structure. Okay, so what is the structure of this compound? So the structure is this is the main, this is the structure. The formula is H2O, molecular formula, and the structure is like this. So and we have two lone pairs over here. Okay, two lone pairs over here, and the geometry is, so this oxygen is sp3 hybridized. So this oxygen is sp3 hybridized. So if it is sp3 hybridized, then the geometry will be tetrahedral. So geometry is tetrahedral. Then what will be the shape? So we have two bond pairs. Okay, so we have two bond pairs, and uh, out of the four electron pairs, because we all know that tetrahedral geometry have four electron pairs. So out of four electron pairs, two are bond pairs, and the rest of the two are lone pairs. Okay, so it means out of the four sp3 hybridized orbitals, uh, sp3 hybridized orbitals of oxygen, so two are shared and two are remain as lone pairs. Okay, so इसका मतलब these two lone pairs are available. Now geometry is tetrahedral, and due to these two lone pairs, the shape become band shape. The shape become band shape. Okay, so the ideal angle of tetrahedral geometry is 109.5. Okay, the ideal angle for tetrahedral is 109.5 degree. But in this case, the angle becomes small. Okay, due to these lone pair repulsions. Okay, so according to Vesper theory, we all know that lone pair repulsions are greater than lone pair bond pair repulsion, and which are also greater than bond pair repulsion. Okay, so you have to keep in your mind this thing कि लोन पेयर रिपल्शन जो है वो सबसे ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग है एज कंपेयर टू लोन पेयर बॉन्ड पेयर, एंड विच इज इवन मोर more stronger than that of bond pair repulsion. Okay, so you have to keep in mind this thing. So that is why the angle become 104. Okay, 0.5. Okay, because of two lone pairs, these two lone pair will repel each other, and this bond will and these bond will get contracted. क्योंकि ये जो है ये दूर जाएंगे एंड ये जो है वो पास आएंगे. ठीक है, these two bond pair become contracted, and that is why the bond angle become 104.5 degree. Okay, now the length of this bond is near about 96 95.6, I think. Okay, picometer. So this is the length of this bond. Okay, Now these two lone pairs are available for making hydrogen bonding. Okay, so as we all know that three elements are capable of forming hydrogen bonding. The first one is fluorine, the second is oxygen, and the third one is nitrogen. So here oxygen is has a capacity to form hydrogen bonds with other water molecules. Okay, so that is why they can easily form hydrogen bond. Now as we all know that electronegativity of oxygen is quite high as compared to hydrogen. So the electronegativity of oxygen near about 3.5 and that of hydrogen is near about 2. So there is a large difference between the electronegativity. So that is why the lone pair which are present in this bond are shifted towards oxygen, and it will get a partial negative charge, and this hydrogen will get a partial positive charge. So due to this separation of charges, we all know that two charges separated by a particular distance will form a dipole. Okay, so that is why this OH bond will form a dipole like this. So it is a dipole, partial negative over here and partial positive over here. Okay, so they will form a dipole. So that is why they have some dipole moment. The property related to dipole is dipole moment, and the value of dipole moment is 1.84 diopter. Okay, 1.84 diopter, which is quite significant. Now, one more thing I want to discuss is that due to this dipole moment, okay, or due to the electronegativity difference, they have some dipole moment. Okay, so due to this dipole moment, they are polar in nature. Okay, they are polar in nature. So these are polar molecules, or it is a polar compound. Okay, so due to this polar nature, it can easily miscible with some other polar compounds. Okay, like alcohol and ethers. So it can be easily dissolved. Yeah, for example, carboxylic acid. So they are easily soluble in, and similarly, it can be easily soluble in some ionic compounds. Okay, तो ionic compounds में water जो है वाटर में जो है आयनिक कंपाउंड इजीली सोल्यूबल हो जाते हैं. ठीक है, लाइक डिसॉल्व लाइक का कंसेप्ट है, पोलर डिसॉल्व इन पोलर एंड नॉन पोलर डिसॉल्व इन नॉन पोलर. Okay, so this is all about the structure and some physical properties like dipole moment and bond angle वगैरह की अगर बात करें हम तो ये सब है. Now let's move on to the hydrogen bonding part. So actually most of the properties of hydrogen is shown due to its capability to form hydrogen bond. Okay, now one water molecule is surrounded by four other water molecules due to the formation of this hydrogen bond. Okay, if we talk about one molecule, for example, if we have one molecule, okay, this is a one molecule. Now this can easily form, it is easily surrounded by some other molecules. Okay, so for example, we have water molecule like this. Okay, now this hydrogen can easily form hydrogen bond with some other oxygen, and similarly the other there is some other oxygen also there. Okay, so the water can easily form this oxygen can also form hydrogen bond. So there are two hydrogen atoms. Okay, this can easily form hydrogen bond with some other molecule. Okay, similarly this oxygen can easily form hydrogen bond with some other molecule like this. Okay, similarly it can easily form some one more because there are two lone pair available with some other molecules like this. It means a single, if we talk about this molecule, it is surrounded by four other molecules, okay, due to this hydrogen bonding. So you have to keep in your mind that a single water molecule is able to form four hydrogen bond. Okay, so two by oxygen, and the rest of the two by the two hydrogen atoms. Okay, so it means a large number of aggregates forms. Okay, aggregates means means a collection of water molecules. Okay, they will they will come together to form a large number of aggregates. Okay, so that is why the structure become quite complex. Okay, and we all know that the strength of hydrogen bonding is very high as compared to the dipole-dipole moment. So they will form aggregates. So when this water starts freezing, if we decrease the temperature, so this water this water starts making cages. Okay, तो केज का फॉर्म ले लेता है at low temperature. This water exists in cage like structure. Okay, due to the formation of ice. So what is that structure? So the structure is like this. uh, for example, this is our water molecule. So it starts forming cages. Okay, it starts forming cages like this. uh, For example, this oxygen is further making hydrogen bond with the other molecules. Okay. Similarly, this oxygen is also forming hydrogen bond with some other molecules like this. Similarly, this hydrogen is also forming a hydrogen bond with some other molecule of oxygen like this. Okay. Similarly, this oxygen is also forming hydrogen bond with some other molecules like this. Okay, now this hydrogen is also forming hydrogen bond with this molecule. Similarly, this oxygen have two hydrogen, so it is also forming hydrogen bond with some other molecules like this. Uh, okay. Okay. Similarly, this oxygen is also forming hydrogen bond with this hydrogen. Okay. So it means a cage-like structure is formed. Cage-like structure is formed. So as we all know, there are two vacancies generated. Okay, these two are vacancies, the free space, okay, or the hole. So some due to the formation of this hole, ice and water, if we take same amount of or same mass of ice, so as we all know that density is mass upon a volume. So due to the formation of this cage like structure, the volume gets increased. Okay, if we have water and ice, if we take same temperature, for example at 0 degrees Celsius. Okay, if we all know that they will form a equilibrium. Water is in equilibrium with ice, but the density of water is always less as compared to the is always high as compared to the ice, because we all know that as the volume increases, the density will decrease. So in case of ice, the volume gets increased due to the formation of this cage like structure. So as the volume increases, the density will decrease. So that is why ice usually floats on the surface of water, because the density of ice is less due to the formation of this cage like structure. Now I hope everything is clear to you. Okay, so as the temperature decreases, the water starts forming cages. But as we increase the temperature again, this hydrogen bonds gets break. Okay, these hydrogen bonds starts breaking, and the density starts increasing. So at 4 degrees Celsius, okay, it was noted that at 4 degrees Celsius water has the maximum density. Okay, water has maximum density at 4 degrees Celsius. And why after 4 degrees Celsius, as we increase the temperature, the density starts increasing. Okay, but after 4 degrees Celsius, as we all know that state is also changing. Okay, as we all know that ice जो है solid से जो है liquid में जा रहा है. So as the states gets changing, so that liquid, as we all know, the liquid state has more volume as compared to solid. Okay, so the volume which is increased due to the state of change overpowers the decrease in volume due to the hydrogen bonding. Okay, hydrogen bond break होने की वजह से क्या हो रहा था, volume decrease हो रहा था, but due to the state change, okay, after 4 degrees Celsius, it was observed that the impact or the impact of state change is more. Okay, तो वहां पे जो है वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज ड्यू टू द स्टेट चेंज ओवरवेट्स द वॉल्यूम डिक्रीज ड्यू टू द ब्रेकिंग ऑफ हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग. Okay, so this is the whole concept of hydrogen bonding. Okay, So at 277 degrees Celsius, this is 4 degrees Celsius is as at 277 Kelvin. Sorry. Okay. So at 277 Kelvin, water has the highest density. Okay. So this is all about this property of hydrogen bonding. So due to this hydrogen bonding, water has high melting and boiling point. Okay. So most of the properties of hydrogen are characterized due to this for this tendency to form hydrogen bonding. So let us discuss that properties. So for example, if we have physical properties, if we talk about the physical properties, so water has higher boiling point as compared to the other compounds of the same group. For example, if we have H2O, H2S, H2SE, H2PO. So out of these all compounds, as we all know, on going from top to bottom, the size of the atom increase. So that is why the boiling point will decrease, because the thermal stability will the boiling point will increase due to the increase in the van der Waals forces. तो जो ग्राफ हमने पहले भी देखा है, okay, the graph is like this. सबसे ज्यादा वाटर का, then this decrease to H2O, and then due to the increase in the van der Waals forces it will again increase H2SC, H2PO, okay, H2TE. तो कुछ इस तरह से आपको याद रखना, बिकॉज ऑफ हाइड्रोजन बॉन्डिंग इट हैज हायर बॉइलिंग पॉइंट. ओके, इट हैज हायर बॉइलिंग. सो दिस इज द फर्स्ट प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ बॉइलिंग पॉइंट. ओके, बॉइलिंग पॉइंट, this is atomic mass, and this is our boiling point. So as the atomic mass increases, the boiling point will also increase, but water का फिर भी ज़्यादा होता है due to the formation of hydrogen bonding. Okay, and the others are forming dipole-dipole moment. Others have dipole-dipole interaction. So that is why, as we all know, the dipole-dipole interactions are not so stronger as compared to hydrogen bonding. Okay. Next is dielectric constant, their solubility. Now dielectric constant is what? Dielectric constant is the tendency uh, to make the other compound soluble. Okay, so क्या होता है? To break the bonding in others. Okay, so water has a dielectric constant value of near about 79. Okay, or in some books it was written it is written as 81 also. So and it is, this value is very very high. So that is why water is also known as universal solvent, because it has a tendency to dissolve most of the compounds. Okay, universal solvent, because of the high value of dielectric constant. तो dielectric constant क्या होता है कि किसी भी सॉलिड की या किसी भी कंपाउंड की जो बॉन्डिंग है उसको ब्रेक करने की टेंडेंसी. ठीक है, तो वाटर की जो है वो सबसे ज्यादा होती है, दैट इज 81, और इन सम बुक्स इट इज रिटन एज 81, तो कई जगह 79 भी लिखा हुआ है. दिस इज द सेकंड प्रॉपर्टी. नेक्स्ट, इफ यू टॉक अबाउट हीट ऑफ हाइड्रेशन, the heat of formation and some other properties like specific heat capacity. तो water के specific heat capacity की वैल्यू भी बहुत ज़्यादा होती है. ठीक है, so specific heat capacity is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature by 1 degree Celsius. तो water के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा high है. That is, if you talk about the specific heat capacity, the specific heat capacity of water is very very high. That is near about, C is near about 4.184 joule per degree Celsius per gram per degree Celsius. Okay, तो ये वैल्यू भी बहुत ज़्यादा हाई है as compared to other, because some metals have this specific heat capacity even smaller than that of 1. Okay, so this is some other physical property. Now let's move on to the most important chemical properties. So as we all know that water has high heat of formation, chemical properties. So first property is its stability. Okay, so first property is stability. So as we all know, if we form water, okay, the heat of formation of water, the standard enthalpy of formation is very very high. That is near about -289. Okay, near about 289. So now this value is very very high as compared to some other values, as compared to the formation of some other compounds. So it means this formation is very very favorable because a large amount of energy is getting released. Okay. But if we do the reverse reaction, ठीक है, अगर हम इसका रिवर्स करें रिएक्शन का, देन वी हैव टू सप्लाई अ लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ हीट, ठीक है, तो जस्ट साइन चेंज हो जाएंगे. So that is why this reaction is not so much favorable even at very very high temperature, even at 1500 Kelvin. ठीक है, 1500 Kelvin पे भी नियर अबाउट 2 to 3% ये रिएक्शन फेवरेबल होती है. इट मींस वाटर इज अ वेरी वेरी स्टेबल कंपाउंड. Okay, water is a very very stable compound because of this high heat of formation. Okay, because of this high heat of formation, what is a very very important compound. Or in presence of electricity we can also do electrolysis. ठीक है, तो इलेक्ट्रोलिसिस के भी हमें काफी ज्यादा इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की जरूरत पड़ती है इन ऑर्डर टू ब्रेक इट टू ऑक्सीजन और हाइड्रोजन. ठीक है, दिस हाइड्रोजन जो है वो कैथोड पे जाता है एंड ऑक्सीजन लिबरेट एट एनोड in electrolysis of water. Okay, so now next property is its acid base nature or its amphoteric character. Okay, so when it is in contact with strong acid it will act as a base, and when it is in contact with a strong base it will act as a acid. Okay, okay, for example if we have NH3, तो NH3 का जो basic character है वो water से ज्यादा है, so that is why water is acting as a broncid acid. So as we all know that acids always give H positive. ठीक है, तो ये रिएक्शन होगी, ये बेस हो गया, ये एसिड हो गया, एंड इट इज द कॉन्जुगेट बेस एंड इट इज अ कॉन्जुगेट एसिड. ठीक है, तो ये इसका कॉन्जुगेट एसिड, ये इसका कॉन्जुगेट बेस. So but when it is in contact with some stronger acids, for example if we have any stronger acid you can take, for example HCl. If we have HCl, so in presence of HCl it will act as a base. Okay, तो क्या होगा, it will accept H positive. Okay, so here it is acting as a base, it is acid, तो ये हो गया conjugate acid और ये conjugate base. ठीक है, कुछ इस तरह से. So it is amphoteric in nature, and one more thing, it also maintain its equilibrium with the other molecule. This is known as autoprotolysis. Okay, H2O can also react with some other molecule of water to maintain its equilibrium like this. Okay, and the value of this equilibrium constant is Kw, that is 1 into 10 की power minus 14. Okay, so it is also maintaining its equilibrium, and this is known as autoprotolysis. Autoprotolysis or self-ionization of water. Okay, it is also known as self-ionization of water. Okay, so this is also a very important property, and that is why water is an amphoteric of compound. Okay, next it's oxidizing and reducing property. The third property is oxidizing and reducing one, and this is a very very important property, oxidizing and reducing character. Oxidation and reduction, or we can also write it as oxidizing agent as well as reducing agent. Okay, तो ये ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट का काम भी करता है और रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट का भी काम कर सकता है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन टू विच इट इज फॉर्मिंग द बॉन्ड. ओके, सो फॉर एग्जांपल इफ इट इज इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ सम मेटल्स. ओके, तो अगर ये मेटल्स के साथ है देन इट विल एक्ट एज अ वेरी गुड oxidizing agent. Okay, because for example if we have sodium, so sodium will give electrons, and these electrons are accepted by water. Okay, like this. and it is itself it get uh, reduced plus H2. Okay, H2 gas is released. So it is acting as a very good oxidizing agent. Okay, for this sodium. तो सोडियम को ऑक्सीडाइज करने के लिए this hydrogen this water is used, okay, in order to oxidize this sodium to sodium positive. So in such type of reaction it is acting as a very good uh, oxidizing agent, and the net reaction is sodium plus water gives the formation of alkali or the base plus hydrogen gas we leave. Okay, so this is the main actual reaction. Okay, now the reaction is balanced. Okay, so this is the main reaction. Okay, for example, in the formation of syngas, okay, it is also acting as a very good oxidizing agent. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे भी ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट का काम कर रहा है. इट इज गेटिंग ऑक्सीडाइज एंड इट इज गेटिंग रिड्यूस्ड. ओके, so this is the main this is a very good example. Similarly, when it is in contact with some other compounds, okay, we can easily check whether hydrogen is acting as a reducing agent or oxidizing agent with the help of a table that is known as E node value. Okay, E node value is electric potential. So there are two types of potential. This chapter, this is in our next chapter. So in next in 12th class, we will discuss about this property, that is electric potential. तो हाइड्रोजन का जो रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल होता है वो जीरो होता है. ओके, एंड दोज हैव नेगेटिव रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल, ओके, which are present above the oxygen, those have negative electron potential. So if they have negative electron potential, it means they don't have good tendency to getting reduced. तो तब वो क्या करेंगे, ऑक्सीडाइज करेंगे. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ वी टेक सोडियम, तो सोडियम का जो इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल है वो नेगेटिव होता है. इट मींस it want to get oxidized, not reduced. And the other whose reduction potential is positive, तो अगर उनका रिडक्शन पोटेंशियल पॉजिटिव हो गया, ओके, we have taken hydrogen as a standard with electric potential value of 0 volt. तो जिनका पॉजिटिव है they have a very good tendency to getting oxidized. For example, if we talk about HF, this F negative, so it has a very good tendency to getting reduced by taking 2 electrons. Okay, so by taking 2 electrons it has a very good tendency to getting to get oxidized, to get reduced. Okay, so these 2 electrons are given by water molecule like this. So water molecule क्या करेगा, it is acting as a very good reducing agent. So water molecule 2H positive plus half electron, half O2 plus 2 electron. So now it is getting oxidized and act as a very good reducing agent for this F negative. Okay, तो जिनकी पॉजिटिव वैल्यू होती है ई नोड की ग्रेटर देन 0, तब हाइड्रोजन क्या है, बहुत बढ़िया किसका काम करेगा, रिड्यूसिंग एजेंट का. एंड व्हेन इट इज अटैच्ड विद सम अदर स्पीसीज हैविंग नेगेटिव ई नोड वैल्यू, ओके, ई नोड वैल्यू, एंड ये हम रिडक्शन वाली वैल्यूज ले रहे हैं. ई नोड वैल्यू ऑक्सीडेशन में भी हो सकती है, जस्ट साइन का चेंज करना है हमने. ओके, सो वी आर टेकिंग रिडक्शन वैल्यू बिकॉज जो टेबल आता है वो रिडक्शन में ही आता है. ठीक है, ये एक स्टैंडर्ड मान लिया गया है. ठीक है, so this is all about the oxidizing and reducing property. Next we have hydrolysis properties, hydrolysis reactions. So if we talk about the hydrolysis, so the duster. So if we react any species which is basic in nature, for example if we talk about metals, so metals react with water. Okay, the hydrolysis reaction, hydration, or you can say hydrolytic reaction. So if we take metals, so metal react with water to form bases. Okay, they will react to form bases. For example, calcium hydroxide, because they all are basic in nature. And but if we talk about the acid oxides, for example, if we have carbon dioxide, so it reacts with water to form an acid, that is H2CO3. ठीक है, so that is why, for example, we have already discussed this reaction. इन द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ हाइड्राइड्स, ठीक है। तो अमोनिया एज हाइड्राइड बनता है प्लस एल्यूमिनियम हाइड्रोक्साइड, ठीक है। तो हाइड्रोलिटिक रिएक्शंस भी कर सकता है। Now one more thing I want to tell you that in order to check whether which compound is formed or not, okay, so we can easily predict which compound will be formed. The trick is when we react any compound with water, its oxidation number will not change. Okay, this is the main trick. For example, if we have uh, SO2 plus water, okay, now which compound is formed? H2SO4 भी बन सकता है, H2SO3 भी बन सकता है, and there may be a chance of formation of some other compound. But here this sulfur is in +4, and we have to make a compound in which the oxidation of sulfur is +4 again, because we all know that with the addition of water no oxidation state will get changed. Okay, तो कोई oxidation state में change नहीं आता by the addition of water. There will be no change in the oxidation state. So keep in your mind this thing, that there will be no change in the oxidation state. Okay, so this is known as this is sulfurous acid, not sulfuric, sulfurous acid. Similarly, sulfurous acid. Similarly, we have phosphorus pentaoxide, P4O10, and when we react it with water, then here this phosphorus is in, I think, plus 5 oxygen state. Okay, so yeah, it is in +5 oxygen state. Then it will get converted into uh, H3PO4. Okay, H3PO4, and here the oxygen state is uh, H3PO4. Okay, so here the oxygen state is again +5. I think the oxygen state is again +5. So this is known as phosphoric acid. Okay, this is known as phosphoric acid, and you have to keep in your mind this thing, H3PO4. Okay, so okay, so these are some of the main examples. Okay, here the oxygen state is, I think, 8/3. Okay, so near about there is no such change of oxygen state takes place when we react any species with water. Okay, so this thing you have to keep in your mind. Where is the test? Okay, so here also the oxygen state of phosphorus is +5. Okay, for example, because oxygen 4 into -2 plus x plus 3. Okay, so which is equal to 0. So we will get phosphorus as +5. Okay, so the oxygen state remains same. Now the last property is its some compounds which are hydrogen bonded. Okay, some compounds which are hydrogen bonded, and these are known as coordination bonded compounds. For example, we have copper sulfate. Okay, this is a very important property, the hydrated compounds. Okay, hydrated compounds, and this is known as water of crystallization. This is known as water of crystallization. So when the water molecule is present in the crystal lattice, okay, and due to which the compound is showing any color. For example, this copper sulfate is in blue color, but when we heat this compound, it decolorizes. Okay, its degree of its crystal of hydrolysis or its water of crystallization will get reduced. Okay, so water of crystallization क्या होता है? Water of crystallization is a property in which water molecules are present in the crystal lattice. Okay, to impart color. तो ये water जो है ये यही responsible होता है color के लिए. Okay, so we have a lot of compounds. For example, FeSO4.7 molecule of water. Okay, it is of green color. So काफी सारे compounds हैं हमारे पास, and these are known as hydrated compounds. Okay, these are known as hydrated compounds. So they are further of many types. Like we have coordinated compounds. The coordinated compounds is इसका सबसे बड़ी example copper sulfate है, because copper sulfate जो है वो कुछ इस तरह से होता है. Okay, हाइड्रोजन जो है वो कोऑर्डिनेशन बॉन्ड बनाता है एंड द दीज टू हाइड्रोजन्स, ओके, दीज टू हाइड्रोजन्स आर फर्दर कोऑर्डिनेटेड विद द सल्फेट मॉलिक्यूल। ठीक है, तो ये हाइड्रोजन बॉन्ड बनाते हैं सल्फेट मॉलिक्यूल्स के साथ। दीज द थर्ड सॉरी द फिफ्थ वन, ओके, द फिफ्थ वन विच इज प्रेजेंट आउटसाइड, तो जो बैक्स आउटसाइड में है हाइड्रोजन water is forming the hydrogen bond with the SO4 molecule, okay, so this is known as coordinated compound, okay, so this is all about the hydrated compounds, okay, so there are some other compounds like we have calcium chloride, okay, CaCl2 dot 2 molecule of water, so they are known as interstitial compounds, interstitial hydrated compound, because the water molecules are trapped in the interstitial site, which are the vacant site, okay. Similarly we have barium chloride dot 2 molecule of water, so these are known as interstitial hydrated compounds, okay. So this is all about the chemical properties of water, and you have to make a very good you have to make some good notes of this topic, because it is the most important compound of hydrogen, okay. So now in the next class we will discuss about the types of water. There are two types of water, hard water and soft water, and we will discuss the main difference between these two types of water, okay. So now I hope you found this lecture helpful, and thank you so much for watching the lecture.